All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to my 2016 edition of WWE Payback Review. Before this video begins, guys, I just want to say be sure to check out my Instagram at instagram.com/PipeBombCity, and be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video, all right? Getting into this, this isn't going to be as long as my usual reviews. Number one, because there really isn't that much to talk about, all right? This was just a night of good wrestling matches, all right? This was really good. All of the matches felt like a pay-per-view feel. Even the kickoff matches, they all had that good pay-per-view feel, like something that you wouldn't see on Raw. And that's good, and the matches lived up to the hype. It's just the booking for some of these fucking matches. The Chicago fucking screw job, the Miz going over the way he did. Oh my god. Ryback not winning, which fuck, I can't stand Ryback, but god. The WWE title match, that was just a mess. You know, there was a lot of stuff. And Ziggler going over, like, Christ. There was a lot of stuff in this where it really wasn't a bad pay-per-view. It was good, you know? Like, this was all stuff that you would not see on Raw. But this is exactly, and maybe this is just an issue with me, but this pay-per-view summed up all the reasons why I didn't like WrestleMania, okay? Like, I thought WrestleMania was a good pay-per-view. You know, it was good all around, because it had really good wrestling matches, but the booking for some of this, the booking was just so, it's just so bad. It was so bad for some of it, you know? And you know what? That's not the talent's fault, but they were just, you know, it's not even that bad of booking. Yeah, actually kind of is, but it's just some of the things. I was so confused. A lot of people were happy with this pay-per-view. Again, I'm not trying to shit on it because I thought it was pretty good. It lived up, well, it didn't really live up to the hype, in my opinion. Again, match quality for all these matches. It had a big fight feel for all of them. Even the women's title, even the kickoff matches, they all felt like, how should I say? Yeah, really big things, you know? So that's good. And they paid off. They had really high quality matches. But the booking, Jesus Christ, I was not happy with that. But getting into this, all right, let's talk about this. Also, at the end, I'm going to be talking about the new WWE Network show, Camp WWE, because honestly, I fucking loved it. You know, Seth Green, my man, made a fucking great-ass show. I'm going to get into that towards the end of the video. So if you want to listen to me talk for that for like 2 fucking minutes, go ahead and skip. I don't really care. You don't even have to watch the review. I don't give a shit. We kicked off the night on one. It turns out Corbin and Ziggler was actually moved at the fucking kickoff. I was on my fucking treadmill and then watching the kickoff, which I was like one of the very, 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 very few people who actually watched the kickoff. This was the first like whole show I watched, so I was pretty proud of myself when it was all over. And it wasn't even that bad, you know. They mostly just went over all the promos for the night and stuff, but pretty much what kind of happened was they added this, Ziggler and Corbin, which is fine. I don't understand why, because they had a shit ton of time towards the end. But you know what? That's fine. They want to give a lot of room for the main event, which was fine because that was the match of the night, in my opinion. Everyone's saying, oh, Owens and Zayn, that was the best match of the night. But honestly, in my opinion, Styles Reigns was the best, you know. So I never thought I'd fucking say the Roman Reigns match stole the show, but it kind of did, you know. So I'm going to be getting into that later, though. But as I said, Corbin and Ziggler was moved to the kickoff. Ziggler gets the win, and a lot of people are saying, oh, he's buried now. If I don't have the memories of Ziggler feuding with Tyler fucking Breeze, I wouldn't have a problem with him going over. You know, I think it's fine because Corbin and him are going to have a feud, especially at Extreme Rules next month. They're probably going to have a 2 out of 3 falls or something like that, a stipulation kind of match. Raw is halfway done right now as I speak, so I'm going to tune to that. They're probably going to talk about it. No Raw review is actually coming out this week. Going to add that, though. This is probably going to be the only video for this week, all right? On Saturday, I'll get someone out, but that's kind of it. This and Saturday. I'm sorry for lack of content, but I uploaded a shit ton of stuff last week, so I'm going to cool back. Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I can't even fucking remember. But, you know, lots of stuff, so good for that. But we're talking about this. Finally, let's get into this fucking thing. Making too many distractions. So Ziggler defeated Corbin, and a lot of people are mad. But again, if Ziggler didn't lose to Tyler Breeze, I wouldn't have a problem with this. If just that rivalry didn't exist, I'd be fine with where Ziggler is at the card. I'd be fine with him going over. I'd be fine. Okay, but he didn't. He lost his Tyler Breeze, who's he's like 8-60 right now. My God, so that's just, I don't know. It was just a mess of them. And I get it. They just wanted to do that because, he's the NXT guy, but it's a waste, I really want to forget about that as soon as possible. But you know what? If that never happened, I'd be fine with this because I know that they're going to have rematches and I know that he's going to get a win. If he doesn't, that's kind of fucking stupid because this guy won the shit of, the Battle Royal was already shit. He ended up winning it. It was a huge deal. And then it was one of the high spots of WrestleMania. So that was good. And now here he is losing and everyone's like, oh, how dare he lose on his first pay-per-view. But man, in my opinion, it's really not that big of a deal because maybe they're trying this out. Okay. What if he's not going to be the big thing? And, I love Corbin, I'm a fan, but God damn it, they're trying to test their boundaries and that's fine. Or maybe they just felt like Ziggler had to go over, which he kind of did. His stock is dropping rapidly, so it's fine that he gets this win, and that's fine. But again, a lot of people are freaking out about it. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. He's going to get his rematch. He's going to win. My problem is if he doesn't get his rematch and then he just goes on other things, you can't leave that hanging like that, But even worse is if he does get a rematch and he loses. That'd be fucking awful, So hopefully they'll have a match at Extreme Rules because I was kind of impressed with how they did tonight. I was impressed with both of the fucking kickoff matches. And speaking of the other one, we had like a 10-minute to 15-minute break in between, and then we got to very close to the actual show. I didn't think they cut it that close, but they did, and that's fine. I don't know. I don't watch these fucking things. But the U.S. title match was surprisingly very good. I didn't think it was, and God damn it, as soon as Ryback started mocking CM Punk, I was dying. I was like, oh, he shouldn't do that. Oh, shit, he did it. That was my mentality for that whole fucking thing, Jesus Christ, this guy, the balls do what he did, and the crowd was fucking booing him for it. And you know what? This was a good match. Ryback was the fucking perfect heel. He didn't win, which surprised me. I thought he would get up the win, but he didn't. I was 4-4 for this pay-per-view. If you count the McMahon family power, whatever the fuck you want to call it thing, I was 4-4. So I predicted 4 things right, and I got 4 things wrong. This was one of the things I got wrong, also with Corbin Ziggler. So I got this fucking thing wrong because I thought Ryback was going to win, But, man, Ryback, old school kind of guy, if I could take a shot for how many times they kept saying the size difference, I would be fucking a drunken mess and I'd be in prison right now. But that didn't happen, They talked about it, not as much as I thought, So I was kind of happy with that. And they focused, and they had Morrow on commentary with Saxton, which was fine. Morrow fucking stole the show, as he usually has been doing. Amazing fucking on commentary. And he really talked about the match. I swear this match would not have been as good if, 1, it was not in Chicago, and 2, if you had, what's her faces? Oh, JBL, Cole, and Saxon on commentary, all 3 of those fuckers. If you had those guys on commentary and it wasn't in Chicago, it wouldn't have been as good. It just would have been some really good Raw match. But it wasn't. This was this shouldn't have been on the kickoff. I thought when they announced Corbin Ziggler would have been on, I thought they would have added the U.S. title match to the main show because I thought that would have been more fitting, because this was a really fucking good match. I was very surprised. That goddamn gorilla press off the fucking top rope scared the shit out of me. Looked like they got broken in half, in the words of JR. But this was just a really good match. I was surprised. Kalisto got the win, which I didn't expect, but that's fine. They just keep letting him win for some goddamn reason. They just released some fucking DVD, I think, and it was like the history of the beloved United States Championship. And goddamn it, Morrow kept saying so many times how much, this is a prestigious title and how it's being defended in great competition on the Payback. And then he whispered kickoff. It was just fucking, it was weird. This shouldn't have been on the kickoff. I was fine that it was. Ryback acted like he just got shot and he's going to go find the guy that fucking did it. He had a huge chip on his shoulder, in my opinion, because he didn't want to be in that goddamn kickoff show, and he was. So, I mean, I don't know if I was him. And then he was in Chicago to make things even more entertaining for fucking me. So again, pretty good match. I liked it a lot better than Ziggler Corbin, but both pretty good kickoff matches. We actually opened up the show again in Chicago after that fucking match. They were hyped, and especially because the New Day came out and they cut a promo. God damn it, they're hilarious. And then we ended up having the opening segment, and they kept saying a lot. They said it a lot in the kickoff too. They kept saying this is the first pay-per-view of the new era. Also, real quick, I'm saying that this pay-per-view review is not going to be very long. Seeing at the rate I'm going right now, fuck that. It's going to be kind of long. So apologies for my hypocritical ways, but here we go with that. So we got that going on, the opening promo, and they kept saying so many times, especially on the kickoff, as I said, that they were saying this is the first pay-per-view of the new era. Well, the first pay-per-view of the new fucking era kind of sucks when you have Roman Reigns go over AJ Styles, the Chicago Screwjob, Cesaro losing, fucking Amore's injured. It was the only 5-star thing, booking-wise, I will give tonight is Owens on commentary, because god damn it, I loved that so much. Booking wise, matches, god damn it, all of them were fabulous. Speaking of good matches, this one had a lot of potential, but unfortunately the tragic fucking injury of Enzo Amore. God damn it, I'm so happy. Earlier today and last night, I think, I don't fucking know, it was announced that Enzo Amore is okay. He's already fucking walking again. But he had a very severe concussion. So, God damn it. I couldn't tell if they were playing this off as like an injury or something at first, because I saw him fucking his head just bloody hell on that on that goddamn middle rope, and then just collapsed on the bottom of the ring and fell off fucking bottom of the ring. Head collapsed against the ground. He was out. And at first I'm like, oh, well, shit, he better get up. And then I realized I saw Cass just fucking staring at him. And I was like, oh, shit. And then he wasn't moving at all. So I kind of realized that. And then the ref was going over. And as soon as one of the vaudevillains tried to touch him, the ref fucking shoved him off. And then he put up the X's. They called the stretcher. And that was that. It was not a very long match. You know what, man? I don't even give a shit. I predicted the vaudevillains were going to win. So, god damn it, I got my prediction right. That's the one good thing that came from this. The vaudevillains technically won. Well, it says on paper that they ended in no contest. I don't know. They probably announced as I speak right now. As I said, Raw is going on right now. So they're probably announcing who the New Day is going to face. Probably the vaudevillains, if I had to guess. Also, there's been a lot of shit going around that Vince is not happy at all with Apollo Crews and the vaudevillains, and he just is not a fan of them. But he is a very big fan of Enzo and Cass and sees big money in them, especially, which I was surprised. I've been saying it all wrong. He sees a lot of big money in Colin Cassidy. I got it wrong. I thought he had a lot of money in Amore. But fuck me. I guess I was wrong. Sorry for all the false information I've been telling you for like 3 goddamn weeks. I apologize. But yeah, he's very interested in Cass and Enzo, but mostly Cass. So maybe this could be a window of opportunity for him. While Enzo's out, he's said to be back by the end of May or early June, which is fine. It's just a very severe concussion. It's not like he tore or broke or busted anything, so that's okay. But again, a severe concussion. You should have seen it, ladies and gentlemen. It was someone to fucking see. It was horrible. But again, maybe Cass can get someone good going on. Maybe he can have an individual feud. I wouldn't say any titles yet because he is, Enzo's only going to be gone for like a month. So not enough time for that unless they're going to give him a Ryder victory, which is not good. But still, and maybe he'll even get a shot, which I think would be kind of dumb because then you just make him lose and look weak when Enzo comes back and it's blah, 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 and all this fucking shit. Can't wait till he comes back. Moving on to the next match. All right, not much to talk about. Next, we had Owens versus Zayn, which I was very surprised this fucking thing came second. I thought Ambrose Jericho would. Well, fuck me, I guess. It wasn't. It was the second match, and I was like, God damn it, they're doing this on purpose. I don't know why. I thought they were trying to screw over them because the second match always, most of the time has the weakest reaction. So I was like, God damn it, they're fucking them over because they don't want them to do good. That was my just mentality last night. Looking back, I don't know why it went second. You know, maybe it wasn't even supposed to get second. Here's my theory now. Maybe it wasn't even supposed to go on second. You know, but seeing how Amore went out and the crowd was kind of grim, I know I fucking was. So they said, all right, Owen Zane, go out there and steal the show. And they did. You know what? I thought they had a really, really good match. You know, it was really good. Again, I didn't personally, in my opinion, I did not think it was as good as Styles Reigns, but you know what? Again, still a good match. They had a long ass promo right before the match to build it up. It was, you know, that was that, you know. As soon as the match was over, Owens wins, calls that fucker Saxton over, and he does an interview right in the ring. He fucking commanded it, so he gets his ass in the ring. And then he said, you know what, I'm better than you on commentary, just like I'm better than Zayn. Then he goes on commentary, takes JBL's goddamn hat, and starts talking on commentary. You know, he's like, I'm interested in this IC title coming up next. I'm going to sit my ass at commentary, and I'm going to take a good look. So getting into that, we fucking had the IC title match up next, The Miz versus Cesaro. So that happened up next. The Miz defeated Cesaro. I'm going to get into how, again, this was a really good match. This is a theme of the night, in case you're not noticing. Said right from the beginning of this. This was a really, really good wrestling match. Booking-wise, this is where the booking started to get kind of... I understood that Owens could win. Again, let me actually touch on that real quick. Zayn is now, I think it's like, since his debut at WrestleMania, only counting Raws and this pay-per-view, he's 0-5 right now, which is not good. You know, and I don't even think he's been on SmackDown that much. You know, maybe once or twice. And I don't even know if he fucking won those. I think the only win that I know he's had so far is in a 6-man tag when the League of Nations broke up, you know, by countout. So that was fucking, I don't know. You know, I don't understand why he's not winning. I'm fine with Owens winning. It says tonight, I did hear that Zayn had something to do with the IC title. I think Owens beat Cesaro by DQ, and then Zayn or Miz or something like that must have got it. And all I saw was that picture of Zayn holding up the IC title. So I don't know. He's not the new champ, but he's obviously getting involved, and they're probably going to have a fatal 4-way at Extreme Rules. Let me get into that right now because this was a really good match. Cesaro Miz, as I kept saying, as I kept saying, this was a really good wrestling match. Very technical. That goddamn Cesaro swing for 21 seconds, it blew my mind. It's just, I don't know. One day he's going to get to 30. Maybe he already has. I don't know. But goddamn it, the day Cesaro gets to 60 is the day I should probably die because I've seen it all then. You know, like, there's fucking, I've done my time, you know. But so that happened. You know, it was a really good match. Miz didn't really get a lot of stuff in. Which is fine. You know, it still was a good match. He did his stuff with Maurice. And then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, not Owens. Zayn just fucking comes out of nowhere. It shocked me. My fucking 8-year-old little brother came in and started watching. He's like, who's that guy? He said, I don't know, just watch this man get beat the shit out of. And Owens, he got beat the shit out of. Zayn just fucking tackled him over the announce table, you know, and then starts throwing him everywhere, and then they eventually get involved in the match. Miz is tapping out. Ref doesn't see it because he's distracted with Owens and Zayn. Miz goes for the roll-up on the tights. 1, 2, 3, Miz wins. And you know what? This is where the booking got a little, you know, kind of like, all right, well, that's fucking stupid, you know? And goddamn it, this is, never mind. I was going to say it's the exact same time that WrestleMania got fucked up. But hell no, it got fucked up as soon as Ryder won the title. Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to talk about that. Check out my WrestleMania review if you're interested in that. But they had Miz win, which is fine. I kind of wanted Miz to win. It really didn't stop Cesaro's momentum that much, honestly, because he just came back and he's got a lot of wins so far. So it's really fine, you know. I predicted he'd win, but I really didn't want him to. Of course, as I said in my Payback predictions video, I love Cesaro to death, but Miz needs more time with the title because, God damn it, he is making that title important again. He really is. He's doing a great job as champion, and maybe at Extreme Rules he'll lose it. I'd be okay if he loses it to Zayn, Owens, or Cesaro. I'd be happy with all three of those motherfuckers. You know what? Even if The Miz wins it, I'd be okay with that. All four of those guys I would love as champ. I think Zayn would probably need it the most, but saying from who I'd want it on the most, I'd probably say Owens, honestly. You know? Nothing against The Miz, nothing against Zayn, nothing against Cesaro. I love all those guys. But Owens, 3-time IC champ, because God damn it, he is making everything interesting in my life right now. Jesus Christ. But that's kind of that, you know. Up next, we had Ambrose versus Jericho. Ambrose gets the win. This was probably the worst match of the night. And you know what? As I said, all these matches were great. But this, and again, it had a pay-per-view feel, but this was the one match. And, you know, I said on my predictions video, I didn't really care for this match. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be 5 stars. You know, I thought it was just going to be a very technical match, and that's that. Which it was. You know, again, not a bad match. It was pretty good. Little above average. Ambrose gets the win. Jericho tweeted today that he is done with the WWE forever. Just kidding. Hope I made you laugh. Probably not. Don't kill me. So pretty much what happened then, he tweeted out that he'll be back in a few months. That's not exactly what he said, but he just said, I'm done. I'll see you later. That's kind of, I just summed up a sentence even more for you. If you couldn't even get any more simple than it already was, I just did it for you. That's it. I really don't have anything to say about that. It's not really that much. Up next, though, we have the women's title match. The Chicago Screw Job. Pardon me. This is the part of videos where I get fucked up with my English. But we had this match up next. We had the Chicago Screw Job, which was, this is the part. This is where I was just like, all right, well, this is stupid. This is stupid. The last 3 events, or 4, I guess, because you could count the final, you know, little big man, big Extreme Rules thing. I'll get into that later. But this was the part of the pay-per-view. This really started the streak of bad booking, and this is what brought the pay-per-view down. As I said, this was a really good match, a really fucking good match. I really enjoyed this match, honestly. It wasn't just like your usual women's wrestling match, not usual women's wrestling match. It kind of felt like WrestleMania, like the WrestleMania match, I should say. You know, because sometimes it was not like Bayley and Asuka at TakeOver Dallas where they just had them submissions fucking everywhere. It was like WrestleMania where it was like action, 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 action. And usually in the Charlotte matches lately, that's what it's been doing. You know, it's kind of like Asuka Bayley every match. But now it wasn't, you know, it was a really fucking good match and there was lots of action. Hart got involved sometimes and you could tell right away he didn't want to be there. In case you didn't hear all the shit he said, you know, so that's fine. But, you know, Charlotte lost. I mean, I'm sorry, Natalya lost because the ref, Charles Robinson, Little Nate, I guess that was their fucking excuse for this. Because, I don't even know. There's not really anything I can fucking say about this. Actually, there is. I'm going to say it right now. Did it ding. Haha. Funny. All right. But pretty much then, we had Natalya fucking didn't tap out, but Little Nate, I'm going to fucking call him that, Charles Robinson, the referee, ladies and gentlemen. For no one who's seen Talk is Jericho. Probably most of you, but I don't give a shit. I don't know. All right, moving on. Getting way too distracted here. We had Little Nate fucking ring the bell for no apparent reason. I guess he's a fan of Ric Flair. I don't know why this happened. And Bret Hart saw, oh, girl, I'm going to get you. And he fucking puts Ric Flair in the sharpshooter. And while Natalya puts Charlotte in the sharpshooter. And this was the Chicago screw job, as I said. And I think this was just their excuse to get to that double sharpshooter thing. Which is stupid. If you just wanted to do it, I don't know, have her roll her up by the tights or something. That's, you know, it was so dumb. You know, I really didn't think you needed. I hate even saying it. The Chicago screw job, you know, like that's their little trademark on it now. It was just so dumb, man. I really didn't like it. You know, I thought if they wanted to get to it, the double sharpshooter segment. They could have done something else because this was just unnecessary. You didn't need to do this, but they did anyways. It's fine. Up next, to make booking even worse, CM Punk chants invaded Mr. McMahon as he came out there, trying to choose who would choose Raw, Shane or Stephanie. And God damn it, WWE got real here, all right? I didn't really pay attention to what Stephanie said, but God damn it, as soon as Shane came out, I got off my phone. I'm like, oh shit, here's Shane, relevant things. And that's what happened. He pulled up a shit ton of articles, real articles, not their little made-up shit on, what was that, Tout. Remember fucking Tout from 2012? Christ, that was a mess. And they didn't make up their own little tweets and stuff like that. They actually got real fucking articles from big-time places. Unfortunately, not What Culture. I was so disappointed. I thought they were going to say something about What Culture Wrestling. Oh, my God, they didn't. I did see a What Culture sign, though. Hooray. I'm going to probably go watch them after this review. But that happened, They didn't say What Culture. I was very disappointed in that. But they got a lot of fucking references saying, all right, oh, Raw is so much better now. And, oh, I love Shane. And I was like that. And I was like, wow, they are really fucking doing this. And that was really cool. And then Mr. McMahon, he's like, oh, well, I guess both of you will run it. I want to see my – this is just fucking Vince. And he does this all the time. And it's very disturbing saying that this is the man who decided to make a PG fucking show. Oh, my God. He's like, I want to see my children slit each other's throats and murder each other to see who will take over Raw. Like, it's fucking weird. It's like, I want to see a bloodbath. That's a quote. That's a fucking quote from Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen. And God damn it, on that Camp WWE thing, he cussed a lot. Jesus Christ, I didn't even know he had that side to him. Oh, my God. Sorry, Attitude Era fans. I started watching in 2012. I'm not used to that guy. So, sorry, little old me. But, God damn it. Oh, my God. I apologize. I need to get a fucking drink. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Talking for way too fucking long. Christ. But pretty much. Oh, my God. Fuck. Hold on. I'll be right back. Oh, my God. All right. Okay. I'm going to try and make this through this review. Okay, we got 2 fucking segments left and that one mini one. And Camp WWE. And Extreme Rules. So, okay. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. But we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. Let's try and get under 10 minutes. Hopefully. So Mr. McMahon, he said, I want to see my children fucking murder each other, fucking rape each other, fucking bloodbath, fucking slit each other's throats. I don't care. Take control of my damn show, And, again, CM Punk chants and all that stuff. So I guess that's that. Stephanie and Shane are taking over control of Raw. Yay. And even though this is what I predicted, oh, my God, I really didn't want this. Like, Christ. What a letdown. We didn't get a brand split. And you know what? Maybe this is leading up to a brand split. And I didn't see a match with Triple H, or leading up to, I should say. So, I mean, that, I get. They're probably building up to that. What I think might happen, Shane and Steph, they're going to be like best friends now, and then all of a sudden, Steph will turn on Shane, and then Triple H will come back and like, this is our show. We didn't really like you. Ha, 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 authority. And that's going to be that. I mean, that's what I think. That's how I'd book it. This was just such a letdown, though, man, for booking-wise. Like, all the things they could have done. And it's like Shane and Steph working together. Whoa, we've never seen that before. Like, fuck. Remember Booker T and Teddy Long, for Christ's sake? Even though it is a way, way, way downgraded version. Christ, I've seen it all, man. I'm so done. And even before that, there's been so many times where it's like, oh, twist. Co-GMs. Yay. Like, it was a letdown. Speaking of letdowns, God damn it, the booking for this main event was just asinine. See, I'm using Roman Reigns' favorite quote-unquote cuss word, since he loves saying asinine all the time. Oh, my God, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So pretty much, Reigns Styles, match of the night, in my opinion. This was a really good fucking wrestling match. So pretty much, this is the last match. So I'm just going to say, Corbin Ziggler, great wrestling match. Ryback Kalisto, great wrestling match. Tag team match for what I saw, great wrestling match. Owen Zayn, great wrestling match. Miz Cesaro, great wrestling match. Ambrose Jericho, great wrestling match. Charlotte and Natalya, great wrestling match. And now Styles Reigns, great wrestling match. God damn it. All these matches were phenomenal. I get it. Yeah, that was unintentional pun there. But pretty much, but the booking for Corbin Ziggler, the booking for Ryback Kalisto, the booking for Miz Cesaro, the booking for Charlotte and Natalya, the booking for the McMahon thing, and then the booking for this match. Do you see the flaws for this? And on top of that, what did we accomplish out of this fucking pay-per-view? Nothing. We did not get anything where it's like, oh, I can't wait to see what's on Raw. If this was the season finale of a show, they would have done it perfectly because there's nothing. We didn't get anything out of this pay-per-view. We got good wrestling matches, and that's, of course, what we've been asking for. But God damn it, they just dropped the ball with their creative for this. This is exactly what I hated about WrestleMania. There were so many great wrestling matches, but it was brought down so bad, like a fucking 8 anchors. However many matches were on WrestleMania with horrible booking. Like 8 goddamn anchors just bringing down the ship, the WWE WrestleMania ship, and now the Payback ship. It's bad. It's really bad, man. Let me get into why the booking was bad. Also, I did predict that they would do the Phenomenal Forearm Superman punch spot. They did. This was bad booking. Number one, just a lot of confusion. All right, that's the main problem. Number 2, we didn't get a swerve. We didn't get a twist out of AJ or Reigns. Number 3, the Bullet Club did their casual thing. They just interfered, and that was kind of that. And number 4, actually, nope, never mind. That's kind of it. Let's get into this, though. Match started off really good. And it was good throughout the middle. Towards the end, it did get really fucking intense. This is how I'll describe it. It was a wave because it was really calm, kind of, at times, and all of a sudden, he just fucking just a finisher or something like that. A fucking amazing move would just come out of nowhere, So it was like a fucking wave. It would just be calm, and then just get up, and then it's calm. But that's how I like the finish to matches. I really like this match. It was a really fucking good match. So far, though, unfortunately, in 2016, I mean, thinking off the top of my head, ladies and gentlemen, think of it like that. Other than the WrestleMania 32 IC title ladder match, which is in my top, I made a fucking list today. I'm thinking about making a future video of top 10 matches from 2012 to 2016. That is the one match on that list, and that's the one I think really, really good match from 2016 so far. We're almost halfway done. Yes, this was really good, and it'll probably go down as top 10 matches of 2016, but it wasn't very memorable. It was a really good fucking match, but this is something where it's just going to get surpassed. No one is going to look back at WWE Payback and think all these things. They're just going to move it on, and they're going to remember it for great wrestling. Okay, I'm realizing exactly what I'm saying. A lot of this shit, What Culture said. I'm not trying to steal or plagiarize off of What Culture Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I'll put their channel in the bio. How about that? I'm going to put What Culture's channel in the bio just for credit for a lot of this information. All right. So I'm not trying to plagiarize any of this shit, but it's really occurring to me that for this, I'm taking a lot of their shit. Well, not taking, but actually, no, it's mostly for the main event. A lot of similar ideas, I'll say. Fuck, I need water. Hold on. Very parched. Oh my god. But I'm not trying to steal any shit, guys. Oh my god. I'm just trying to. We have similar information. All right. So I'm gonna put their channel in the bio just in case. I'm not trying to steal any shit. I'm just trying to state similar facts. All right. So What Culture's channel, check out their Payback What Just Happened video. A lot of shit is very similar. All right. It just struck me like a fucking lightning bolt. All the words coming out of my mouth is kind of similar to theirs. So go check them out. All right. See, I don't even know what I was talking about now. Fuck. But we had Styles and Mitt. Fuck. Oh god. All right. See, this is where I'm starting to crack. We had Styles and Reigns here, all right? And goddamn it, again, this was just a great wrestling match. But when you look at Payback as a whole, there we go. I'm getting on track now. It was not a very memorable pay-per-view. Okay, great wrestling matches, but if you don't have great booking to kind of make it better, then it kind of lacks. How should I say this? A really big reason Money in the Bank 2011 is a very memorable pay-per-view. Like, it's Money in the Bank 2011. Why would anyone want to know that? Because they had a lot of fucking great matches throughout the entire pay-per-view. And number two, this is why it's so memorable because, okay, number one, the fucking main event with Cena and Punk, but also why people remember the pay-per-view as a whole. You know, we can see great matches all the time, like Hart and Austin, but you don't see them naming a specific WrestleMania. You just say Hart and Austin, you know? Like people say Punk and Cena now, or at that time period. But now it was memorable because it still is, you know, because they had great booking to back it up. And that's the problem with this pay-per-view. You know what? Again, this was a really good match. The Bullet Club didn't do a lot, though, and that's the big problem. Reigns didn't turn heel. Styles didn't turn heel, which I didn't want, Styles didn't win the title, and they just ended on some spear. It was a disappointment to me, and I understood why they had to do the Shane and Stephanie thing. It didn't get a really loud pop, though. You know, I wasn't very excited for it. I kind of just understood what was happening. And as soon as Shane said no count out instead of no DQ, I realized that Stephanie was going to come out and blah, blah, blah. Some fucking low blow. Again, a really good wrestling match. I loved it. But the booking was just not there for this. That's my Payback review. Let's talk about Extreme Rules on Camp WWE. Extreme Rules is coming up next month. They're going to have the Fatal 4-Way probably for the IC title with Miz, Cesaro, Owens, and Zayn. And yes, they actually did announce at the end of the show, McMahon was saying, oh, what do you think the rematch should be with that is the worst Vince McMahon impression ever. What do you think what do you think? Oh, fuck, I can't do it. So Vince was kind of just like, what do you think the main rematch should be? And I'm still fucking doing that impression. Oh, my God. So that kind of happened. And then it's like, oh, Extreme Rules and Extreme Rules match. Wow, it's perfect for Styles. And Stephanie's like, yeah, I agree, Shane. So I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. So that said, I guess that's announced for next month, which I'm looking forward to. Styles better fucking do some crazy ass shit, and the Bullet Club better be right next to him, along with fucking Balor. If not, I am not going to be pleased, ladies and gentlemen. I might not even fucking watch Money in the Bank. And Money in the Bank, I fucking love Money in the Bank. I might just watch the ladder match, and then I'm done. You know, it usually opens up the show anyways, so I'll be sold. You know, also, speaking of Money in the Bank, I'm really looking forward to who they're going to choose to be in that ladder match. You know, they got Miz, Owens, Cesaro, Styles, even maybe, Colin Cassidy, Enzo Amore, Ambrose, Jericho's gone now, you know, but Ziggler, Corbin. Oh, my God. Maybe Neville. I don't know. Fucking Cena. I don't care. You know, but the talent pool is very full for those mid-card level guys ready to be top guys who can go and get that briefcase. Honestly, it's perfect. I really love it. Unless they have a shit winner like Sheamus, you know, no offense, especially there's this one guy on Instagram, WWE Curtis Mall, who goddamn it loves Sheamus. No offense, man. No offense at all. But goddamn it, that was a kind of a letdown. You know, he was one of the MVPs in that match, but we were all looking towards other people. All right. Audio trouble there. Sorry. I've been having fucking technical difficulties all day. That's Extreme Rules, Camp WWE. God damn it, they cussed a lot. I really do like the show. It went past the expectations. A lot of people are looking at like, oh, it's going to be so stupid. But god damn it, it was so good. I loved it. You know, so check it out if you have the network because it is a must watch. It was really goddamn good. And I can't wait for the next one. And that's my Payback review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I think we hit the 40-minute mark. Awesome. That's kind of cool since at the beginning I said this wasn't going to be longer than 20 minutes. So that's good, I guess, you know. But again, hopefully this has ended up, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, I guess I should say, you know. It was really good wrestling matches, but overall the booking kind of just brought it down. Also, as it says right here tonight on Raw, there's going to be a U.S. title #1 contenders tournament, not tournament, a battle royal with a lot of good people in that. You got Corbin, Sheamus, Del Rio, Ryback, Rusev, Ziggler, and Apollo Crews. So you know what, man? That's and a lot of other people. So that's going to be really good, honestly. I can't wait for that. Should probably just hurry up. And Colin Cassidy is teaming with the Vaudevillains. I get okay. And now Jericho's on Raw, and Ambrose is and Primo and Epico. Okay, I'm reading a lot of spoilers. I don't even know what I'm fucking saying anymore. God damn it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Be sure to check out my Instagram at instagram.com/pipebombcity. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. I really appreciate that, and I will see you all next time. Again, video schedule this week. Probably a custom match card video on Saturday, if not something else. But I don't know. Maybe not. I don't even fucking know. Maybe this will be the only video this week. I don't really know. You know, I'll think about that later. And next week probably is the same thing. But as soon as that summer hits, guys, I'm going to be getting a new job. I got a lot of sport activities going on. And even though that is kind of busy, I'm going to be making a shit ton of videos. You know, so I can't wait for that. Thank you guys so very much for watching. This is Pipe Bomb City, and I will see you all next time.